Three ways to overcome mental blocks and get things done. I want to welcome you to another episode of Index Card Insights. This is episode 60 on this fine Thursday afternoon. I hope you guys are doing amazing out there. And boy, oh boy, I got one for you today. Today, I want to talk about mental blocks. And look, if you don't know what a mental block is, I'm sure we all kind of know what a mental block is, but just so we're all on the same page with what I'm talking about, because there's different definitions of what a mental block is, let me just make sure we're on the same page here. When I say mental block, I'm talking about invisible barriers standing in the way of your productivity, right? If you're dealing with mental blocks at work, you may find it challenging to complete a train of thought or see a project to the end. You may ruminate on the same problem over and over and over again, unable to focus long enough to make progress. How many of us have been there, right? I think that happens to a lot of people. A lot of people hit mental blocks when they're trying to get things done with their projects and their online businesses. I know I have over the years for sure. And it's always been challenging. And it's always, came down to me trying to figure out ways to get through it. Um, I want to give you three ways to overcome mental blocks today. And to do it, I'll have to tell you a little bit of a story for each one of them. Okay. The thing about mental blocks is they're challenging because um, it's hard for you to identify all the time, like what it is that's holding you up. Uh, a lot of times, mental block will present itself in this way of just kind of dragging your feet on projects. You know, maybe you won't know exactly why you're dragging your feet on a project. You just kind of dread working on it, or you just kind of you're just kind of confused by it, so you put it off for whatever reason. You just drag your feet on it, right? And what I found is when that happens, generally there's one thing about that project, maybe one or two things about that particular project that you don't jive with, right? It's not the whole project that's making you drag your feet. It's not the whole thing. It's like there's something about it. There's one specific thing about it that's usually making you drag your feet, hold you up, making you not want to move forward. Sometimes you won't even be able to identify it yourself, consciously. You just kind of have a vague notion that you don't want to do that right now. You just kind of you're supposed to be doing that, but you kind of look around for other stuff to do instead. You know what I mean? That's how mental blocks present themselves. So, this is a fascinating subject because of the simple fact that these things will absolutely kill your business, right? It will keep you from starting a business, and they'll just generally keep you floundering around at the bottom until you can figure out how to overcome them. I'll tell you three ways that I've dealt with mental blocks over the course of my online career, and maybe they'll help you. So, the way I look at mental blocks is I look at them like literally like a wall, right? It's a wall standing in my way of getting a project done, right? So, I look at it like this. What do we do when we got a wall in our way? I either go around it, I go over it, or I go through it, right? And these three ideas have helped me very, very much when it comes to dealing with mental blocks in my business. I'll give you an example. Let me give you three insights now. Three insights now, okay? I got this thing with my hand. If you're watching on video, I can't do three like this for some reason. I don't know what I did to my hand to make me not do that, but I got to do three like this. Anyways, I know what three is, okay? It's hard for me to do my hand like that. Anyways, look, check it out. My first insight. We talk about going around, okay? Let me give you an example of going around to get by something that's keeping you from moving forward in your business. Um, uh, a when I first got started into the world of product launching and launching digital products and stuff, um, I learned that I needed to be doing affiliate recruitment. I needed to go out there. I need to find affiliates to push my products and I recruited them and stuff, and it was fine for a while. And then like I got a little bit more of a name for myself, and I got a little bit bigger, not a lot bigger. I'm not some kind of like celebrity or anything like that. Yeah, I'm just a regular guy, but like got a little bit more well known in the space, and like it became a little bit like not as much fun for me to do affiliate recruitment. Um, you know, I won't go into the specifics of why affiliate recruitment was not as much fun, but it wasn't as much fun. Reaching out to a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of different personalities to promote my thing, it became a lot less fun for me, right? So, how do I handle it? Right? How do I handle it? It's an essential part of product launching. How did I handle this not wanting to do affiliate recruitment? Well, I asked myself the question, well, what would it be like? What would it be like if I just didn't do affiliate recruitment? What if would it be like if I limited the amount of affiliate recruitment I did to make it more enjoyable, to make it less of a like a arduous chore or something? And I said, you know what? Let me give it a shot and try. So I did. I tried doing no affiliate recruitment on product launch, and I did okay. But I did okay because I have an email list. Okay, now if you're out there right now and you're thinking about affiliate recruitment and you don't have an email list, don't think you can't do any affiliate recruitment, because you got to have some way to get traffic to your stuff. You either got an email list, or you got affiliates pushing you traffic, or you got some paid traffic. Ideally, you don't push paid traffic at launches, you push paid traffic at email lists. That's what I'd say about that. But anyways, the point is, in my particular circumstance, this idea of going around affiliate recruitment just by not doing it, it worked for me, right? And then I had an email list, so it worked. But like when I wanted to get more sales than what I could get myself, but I still didn't like the idea of doing affiliate recruitment, what I did was I limited the amount of affiliate recruitment I did. Whereas before I used to like recruit like 400 affiliates, I said, you know what? I'm going to have a list of 100, and that's it. That's all I'm dealing with. 100 people, that's it. Did my sales take a hit? Yes, but my sanity also like was saved, so it worked out for me. But that's an idea of going around. Yeah. So if there's something in your project or your business that you're having trouble doing, is there a way just to not do it? Is there a way to do what you're trying to do? Is there a way to complete the project without doing that? Is there a way around it? This is a classic way that I've dealt with mental blocks before, and I was able to take my projects to completion if I can find a way around the block, right? Let me move on to my second insight for you. Okay, the second insight that I've had is to go over the block, right? Now, what do I mean by going over the block? What I mean by that is there an easier way to do the thing that's blocking you, like the thing that's holding you up, the thing that's really keeping you from moving that project forward. Is there an easier way to do it? A few years ago, I was putting out a product every single month, right? And I still put out products every single month. But a few years ago, I was putting out products every single month, and every product had its own sales letter. It had its own funnel. So every time I launched a product, it was an all new sales page. It was an all new sales funnel. Everything was new. Everything was different. And like, it was really kind of like hard, man, for one person, for me anyway. And it was a block, dude. It was a block because every time I finished one, now all of a sudden I had to start another one. It was like, maybe I finished one and I took a day off, and then it was lock and reload, and it's time to go again. And there was this like, oh man, it was like it just felt like an endless cycle. So you know, I had to find ways to streamline things a little bit, because this idea of a sales page was something that I would spend a couple days on. Like my sales page with the VSL and the way it looked and the aesthetics of it, I'd spend a couple days on that thing. That's just one part of the project to move it forward, right? And I didn't want to do it, right? I didn't want to do it. And that was a block. That was one thing that would keep me from doing it. I dragged my feet on it because I didn't know how I wanted the sales page to look. I didn't know exactly what I wanted it to be. Now all of a sudden I'm spending like a week and a half trying to figure out what my VSL is what the angle is on it. It was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. Sometimes I'll just go into like severe artist mode. You know what I mean? I think if you're going to be a marketer and you're going to be a business person, sometimes you go back and forth between being creative and being more logistical and analytical based. And like sometimes for me, those hats need to be pretty balanced. I can't take it too far into the realm of creative because sometimes bad things happen when I do that, which is things like procrastination or things like getting too artistic and no one understands your vision and it gets too confusing. Like it can go either way. You got to kind of balance those hats. But anyways, the point is the sales page was something on my launches that was holding me back for a while because it would take me too long to do them, you know? So what I did was I asked myself, is there a way that I can get over this problem? I can't go around it because I have to have a sales page, man. If I'm going to put a product out, it needs a sales page. There's no way to go around it. Is there a way I can go over it? And by over it, I mean, is there an easier way that I can do this? And what I did was when I asked myself that question, I said, well, you know what I could do? I could develop like a special template for me where like all of my sales pages are going to follow this basic template and they're all going to be kind of the same. And by doing this, I can streamline my process. And by doing that, the first thing I did, I'll tell you, was I took like creating a sales page for my product from like 2 or 3 days down to like an hour, right? Just because I made that streamlined process. So that was huge. But the big thing that I did was I took away the dread of having to do another sales page. I took that away. And that was the mental block. And that really, really helped because the mental blocks can really, really stagnate your business and hold you up. Big Jamie Charles in the house. That's you battling your creative side. Some people don't deal with that at all. That's true, man. That's true. Do you still write ebooks to sell, cookbooks, etc.? No, I don't do cookbooks. If you're talking about Amazon cookbooks and stuff, Mike, no, I don't sell cookbooks on Amazon anymore. Mike's referring to back when I used to sell recipe books on Amazon. Yeah, that's something I did for a while. I got into public domain content and non-copyrightable content a long time ago. And yeah, I made quite a bit of money selling stuff like that. And anybody can do that. You guys can still do that. You know, recipes are non-copyrightable. There's other things out there that are non-copyrightable too, like, statistics are non-copyrightable. You can't copyright statistics. You can't copyright facts. So anything in that realm, yes, you can create books and guides for, and you can sell that stuff on Amazon for sure. You can do that. I'm not really in that business anymore, Mike, but thanks for recognizing that, dude. Yes, I've been here a long time. Look at this gray in my beard, okay? I've been doing this for too long, guys. Too long. Anyways, over, right? You can find an easier way to do something. I found a way to streamline my sales pages and it really helped. Like I said, not only did it shorten my process, but the important thing was it took that dread away in my mind of having to do that one part of the project, which would hold me up. I dragged my feet on it just because I didn't want to do it. I was like thinking too much about how to do it, how I wanted to do it. By coming up with a way to make it easier, like an easier version of it, that's essentially going over the block. Okay. So that's my second insight. My third one that I can tell you about is when it comes to mental blocks. We're talking about mental blocks here. The third one I can tell you about is to go through the block, right? Sometimes you just got to barrel through the wall. What does that mean? That means sometimes you have to do it, and you have to do it exactly the way you have to do it, right? Well, how do you do that, dude? What if that's the thing that's holding you up, man? What if I couldn't streamline my sales page? What if the sales page required me to absolutely do it in that way? There's no way around it. There's no way over it. I just got to barrel down and go through it. How do you do that, right? Because the thing is, we can all say, yeah, man, we just got to suck it up and do it. But that doesn't stop us from dragging our feet And that doesn't stop us for like looking around to other stuff to do because we don't feel like doing that because it's too hard, and we don't find it doesn't stop us from finding ways to talk ourselves out of it and stuff like that, right? So what can we do, right? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I'll give you an example. Okay, first I'll tell you what I did. What I did was when I have tasks like that I have to do, there is no getting around it. There is no making it easier. It has to be done. When I have tasks like that, what I do is I take that task and I break it up into tinier tasks, right? And I just focus on doing one little part of the task. And I'll give you an example of that. Not too long ago, actually, I was putting together a brand new sales funnel for the year, and this is a sales funnel that I was going to use for all my products for 2023. But in order to put the sales funnel together, I had to create all these products that are going to go in the sales funnel, and I had to create like an email sequence for each one of these products. Because the reason why is because when people went through the sales funnel, it was fine, but I wanted to set up an email sequence, kind of like a back end sequence that would uh, resell them on those products if they didn't buy them already, right? So that way they would be exposed to my sales funnel multiple times, not just like the one time when they buy the initial front end purchase and then go through my funnel. I wanted them to be re-exposed to my sales funnel. I wanted them to be re-exposed to those products. Because you know how like sometimes when you buy a front end product, and then you go through a sales funnel, you're not really caring about the products in the funnel that much. You bought the front end thing. You just want to see what the front end thing looks like. You don't care about this other crap in the funnel. You don't really give it a lot of attention, right? So there's only going to be a percentage of people that buy in your funnel. So what happens is I thought it would be really good to actually circle people back around. So I created a 4 email sequence for each product in my funnel. And it worked really, really well so far in 2023. But that gave everybody a good look at that product in the funnel, right? So that's cool. But the thing is, when I designed that back end for every product in the funnel, it was like overwhelming on my whiteboard. I looked at it on my whiteboard and I was like, dude, this is a lot of work. All right. I got to not only create all these products, but I also got to create sales funnel pages for all these products. And I got to create 4 email sequence for every single one of these products. That's like 30 emails, dude. So like it was a lot I was staring at on my whiteboard, right? And it's a little overwhelming. And sometimes when you're looking at something that's overwhelming, you tend to want to like just walk away and like maybe think about it some more. Go watch a movie or something, read a book, surf around on YouTube or something. Anything to not get into it and get started, right? And that was me. So the way I dealt with that was I created a checklist, right? And it was like an itinerary kind of thing. I just had one small little thing that I wanted to get done each day. Okay, today I'm just going to get the sales pages done. Oh, today I'm just going to get this product done. Tomorrow I'll get this product done. And then when I started on the emails, it was like, okay, today I'm just going to get 4 emails done for this product. Tomorrow I'll get the next 4 emails done. And I just took it in small parts. And by doing that, guys, I moved my project forward and it got done. Did it get done as fast as I wanted it to get done? No, I wanted the whole thing done in like 3 days. But it wasn't going to get done in 3 days because my mind was not going to operate on that standard. My mind was like, dude, no thanks. I don't want to do all that, right? So to get around those mental blocks and to get around that particular mental block, I had to go through it. And the way I went through it was by breaking it up into smaller, more manageable like jobs that my mind was willing to accept for the day. Because I don't know about you guys, but my mind will go on strike. Like if I try to put too much on my brain, it'll go on strike and it'll be like, no thanks, I'm out. Instead of that, let's go watch Succession. Let's go read a book. It'll feel like we're being productive. If we read a book about getting stuff done, it'll feel like we're getting stuff done, but we're not getting anything done. Separation of church and state, right? There's a difference between learning about stuff and actually getting things done. There's a difference. Both of those things are really valuable, but there's a difference, right? It's a separation of church and state. We got to have time to learn, but we got to have time to do also. So anyways, look, to recap, all right? when you're having mental blocks and you're trying to like move your projects forward, but you're having trouble, you can go around, like ask yourself the question, is there a way I could just not do this one part of the project? Is it absolutely necessary? You can go over, right? Is there a way that I can take this one part of the project that's holding me up and make it easier? Is there a way that I could just do it easier? Some sales are better than no sales. Is there a way I can do it easier? Because like if I don't get the project done at all, then like I'm not going to get any sales, right? So is there a way I can go over that block? Or look, is there a way that I can go through if I absolutely have to do it the way that it's laid out? And there's no way around it and there's no way over it, then can I break this up into really small parts and get it, just keep my project moving forward every single day? I promise you, if you keep your project moving forward every single day, you will win. You don't lose until you stagnate, okay? Listen, guys, if you like this live stream, you like Index Card Insights, I say, hey, check out epicconversions.com. I got a couple freebies over there for you. Hungry Like the Wolf is over there waiting on you. It's awesome. It's all about artificial intelligence and email marketing and list building. It's a really cool little free training. You're going to love it. That's all I got. Thanks so much for hanging out. This has been episode 60 of Index Card Insights. Peace, guys.